Karma, where are you at? No, seriously, where are you at? Jack Smith filed to dismiss the January 6th insurrection charges against Donald Trump. Anybody with sense knows he only ran for president to get this effect so he would not have to go to jail. And here we are. He got exactly what he needed. I've been told my entire life that karma is a bitch and that she will equal things out. Where are you? How is it that this man at 80 years old has skated through every criminal trial and he's never had to suffer the consequences of his actions? It's on everybody else. So I'm asking you, karma, one last time. Where are you? As always, I'm sending peace, love, and good vibes. Everybody have a
Welcome to another episode of Seen and Heard podcast. This may be another mini pod, but I'm your host Sharon, and welcome to Seen and Heard podcast, where everyone should be seen and heard. And what she was referencing was the news earlier today. I was out, but I got the news when I came back in, and this is the news that she's referencing. Special counsel moves to abandon election interference and classified documents cases against Trump. This is according to the Associated Press. There you see Mr. Another feckless agent of the state, Jack Smith. And it says Special Counsel Jack Smith moved to abandon 2 criminal cases against Donald Trump on Monday, acknowledging that Trump's return to the White House will preclude attempts to federally prosecute him for retaining classified documents or trying to overturn his 2020 election defeat. I will link this article as usual in the description box. But as I've been seeing a lot of reactions to this news, I mean, why have laws? Why have laws if of all of his years, 50 plus years in the sphere of supposed business and social, existence. And he's just gotten away with everything. Everything. Enough of that, because the more I think about it, my blood pressure will go up again. I had a kind of a high scare for blood pressure last night. But besides that, we're going to update on the downfall of Joe and Mika. I'd like to hear from you guys too, what you have been, what news you've been getting, who you've been listening to since they, went down to kiss the ring at Mar-a-Lago. So Joe Scarborough is slamming all of us, basically. He calls us influencers or anybody that is not happy with how he and Mika handled themselves after all these years trying to straddle the fence and cover Trump. And at times they would, tell the truth, but they still kind of straddled the fence because they were, it was a balancing act for their paychecks. But I saw this video of him ranting and raving. It's a little bit long, but it's really worth the watch. I want you guys to watch it because I want to get your reaction. I want you guys to let me know how you're feeling about the media failing us and not treating this as the dire problem that we have. This is no more democracy. And that's just my opinion. I'm speaking for myself. It does not look like, a democracy to me anymore. And And that's probably because I'm still in a mode of disappointment, disgust at the fact that he was allowed by Jack Smith and Merrick Garland, when they did not do their jobs, to hold him accountable. He never should have been allowed to run for office. But I'm going to play this video clip, and I want you guys to let me know what you think about this.
Like, being a reporter is hard, really hard. You have to care. You have to do the hard work. You have to sit up every single day and say, I want to get to the closest approximation of the truth without any fear, without any favoritism. You don't do that by popping off on Twitter. You don't do that by having an opinion. You do it by doing the hard work.
Yeah, come on, slow clap, everybody. Whoa. First of all, I've got to say, extraordinary content. It needed to be said.
Yeah.
It continues to need to be said. When all of the garbage is flying around on social media, lying about reporters, lying about the hard work they do, lying about the hard work editors do, lying about everything up and down about not only their alternative set of facts, but alternative set of facts about what people like you do. And I love how you connected reporters in Mississippi in the 1960s to reporters fighting for their life to get the story out in the Middle East today. Jim, it was very powerful.
Really good.
Very powerful. Even if even if we had to beat you more than we would if we ran Dave Chappelle concert.
I
it was still good.
Jim's mild-mannered.
He preached it, though. Cadence, I mean, I might get him ordained.
Well, let me just say, why this is so important right now, more than ever, is because critics of the press are feeling more empowered than ever, to lie more than ever. I've had friends for years going, oh, you know, I'm so overwhelmed, Joe, by the news. I don't read the news. I go, oh, where do you get your news then? I go, you get your news from a website run by Chinese, by conspiracy theorists in a Chinese religious cult. That is where you get the no. Or if social media, people lying every day, every hour, every minute about the news. What you do matters. What the New York Times does matters. What the Wall Street Journal does matters. What Jonathan Lemire does matters. What the Financial Times does matters. What NBC News and MSNBC reporters do matters. It matters.
And it doesn't mean there aren't things that we get wrong. And the reason I guess I was hopped up at that speech was I listened to so many reporters who feel like the industry's going to hell. Nobody trusts them. They're demoralized. And the truth is we don't have time to be demoralized. We don't have time to whine. We have to do our job. Like, there is a information war out there. And there's still tens of millions of people that depend on great reporting. And it's our job to make sure we create businesses around it, and that we really do try to get to the closest approximation of the truth. Maybe do a little bit, maybe be more curious than condescending, maybe a little more fearless than foaming at the mouth. And I think if we can do those things, I think we can win back people who are skeptical. The entire social media ecosystem, a lot of the things you just mentioned, they feed off of all of us trying to get to the closest approximation of truth. So people just, like, I think they need to calm down. I know there's a lot of your viewers who kind of wish that sometimes, like, everything was just like boom, boom, boom on one side. But, like, we have to bring people facts. We have to bring people clarity and hopefully reported insights so they can ultimately make better decisions and understand a very, very complicated world.
By the way, we've got great viewers. And you know what our viewers are? They're family. We got a family that understands around. You have a family that follows you, that understands because you've been around. The New York Times has a family, Wall Street Journal, these places that have great reporters, right? They don't need to worry about what happens over the next 5 minutes or the next 5 weeks or the next 5 months, because you print truth all the time. And like you said, this is what gets me, is somebody pops off on Twitter or some other social media and they lie. They make mistakes. You know what the cost of that is? Nothing. They do it again. In fact, it helps them because the algorithms are rigged. So you stir up shit, and the more you can get people angry, the more followers you get. But also now it's monetized to help you lie.
The more you hate, the more you make.
Yeah, there you go. I like hey, Rev, did you preach for your next weekend?
That'll go viral.
I like that.
I like that.
But Jim, here's the deal that I explained to my friends that go into the letter.
Personally, excuse me, let's see. Okay, personally for myself, I don't appreciate being condescended to, and that little temper tantrum or a mantrum that Joe Scarborough was throwing there, he sounded like he was entitled. It's like we're entitled for you to keep your eyes on us. There are plenty of independent journalists that did not and will not go down to Mar-a-Lago and kiss the ring. That they're still not getting it. That's what people are upset about. It's like people trusted, myself included, trusted MSNBC. I didn't watch them all the time since 2016 because they kept fawning over Trump 24/7, 365 days. A person can only take so much. But me personally, I just got tired of that. So I would keep up with their news and some of the reporters there, but with clips, highlights after the fact. I did not want to give the channel any ratings or clicks or anything like that. So I still kind of held out in getting my news from them. Also with NPR, all some of the other mainstream news. Wall Street Journal, Jeff Bezos owns that. I don't subscribe to Amazon Prime. If I had it, I would cancel it because he doesn't need any more money. Also, he refused to endorse for the first time ever in Wall Street Journal's history a presidential candidate. But as soon as Mango Mussolini won, he had a front page article congratulating him. So that is not being biased. And also Joe Scarborough and Mika's show, they had a habit of always both sizing. They got that from what was the other guy that was on there? Chuck I can't remember his name, somebody remind me, but he used to love the both sides. CNN, they loved the both sides, the news. But besides that, I'm going to give you guys options to let you make up your mind. I have a good friend of mine that is an independent journalist, Arturo Dominguez, and he writes great articles. Subscribe to him. I'm going to pull this up here so you guys can see his article. And he writes, and I'll also post a link in the description so you guys could click and subscribe to his article. But he's a very good friend of mine. Thanks to legacy media, fascism creep is more prevalent than ever. His article or his newsletter is called Decolonized Journalism. So he just wrote that yesterday, I believe, or a couple of days ago. But yeah, this is a really good article. I'm not going to read the full article because I'd like for you to click on it and subscribe to support him. But this part here, legacy or old media represents news media before the so-called information age, including corporate media outlets like MSNBC and CNN. As trust in those platforms has eroded over the last several decades, independent media has become the go-to source for more accurate news. The reason for the distrust in legacy media transcends politics, as it tries to redefine our understanding of some basic things like anti-Semitism while normalizing Western autocracy. And that is a great point. And so I would recommend you guys to go to his newsletter. I also listen to Don Lemon. I listen to Native Podcast, Native Land Pod. That's what it's called, Native Land Pod. That's with Tiffany Cross, Andrew Gillum, and Angela Rye. I listen to Roland Martin, Ahmed Baba, Qasim. Wait a minute. Let me see. Because I mentioned him before on a couple of other podcasts. I like to regularly read his articles. Let's see. And I might mispronounce, which I apologize. But let me see here. So, Native Land Pod, Rolands Martin, Qasim Rashid, Extreme Arturo, which is the article I just showed you guys, my friend, Don Lemon, and Ahmed Baba. So I follow those independent journalists, and they're very, very professional. So I will link them in the description so you guys could go to them and get news as well. You get news like some of them, they're different times, once a week. Some of them do every day. So you'd have to figure out the schedule that you want to subscribe to. But there are other places than being gaslit on a regular basis. That's what I also don't appreciate, is Joe being so condescending and feeling like he's entitled. So that also looked to me like he's sweating because their ratings are not coming back. The viewers are not coming back. So then we have the issue of Elon Musk, which I don't have the article because I wanted to verify for sure if this is what he was going to do. But there's some rumblings of him saying that he wanted to buy MSNBC or something like that. So, like I said, I'm not really going to report on that because I don't know. I haven't seen it verified. So, and none of the sources that I read have been talking about that. So, but Elon, he's hemorrhaging people from Twitter. So Musk site reportedly has 588 million accounts, meaning the users who have left, including more than 115,000 US web users who deactivated their accounts the day after election, represent a small segment of its audience. Bluesky's total user base surged by more than 500% after the election, but still has just 21.5 million users as of Friday afternoon. So, I mean, it's growing. You have to start from somewhere. And I remember back in the day when Twitter just started, and then there wasn't that many people or active users on there. I think I signed up for Twitter in 2009. I signed up before that, but I deactivated it, and I thought I deleted the whole account. Then I came back in 2009, and all my stuff was still there. My account was still there. I was just like, well, how did they know if I was ever going to come back? But I'm in the process of still trying to get my data. It's been a couple of days, and I haven't been able to get my data because I do want to deactivate my account at Twitter. So I don't use it, but I'm just trying every day to try to get my data downloaded. So let me see. So a lot of people that are, Elon tech bros or fans of his little cult, that worship him, they're having trouble accepting the fact that people are leaving. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell them. I don't understand how people cannot understand that people do not want Nazis in their replies, or calling them racist names or hateful names, and sending threats to them like your body, my choice, and all that. So here is one article here that says the problem with Bluesky, it won't broaden our horizons. So basically, this is another journalist. It's an opinion column. I think it's Canadian article. But basically, the journalists that talk like her, I've seen a lot of male journalists writing like this too, which, like I said, they're part of that cult. And they are upset that people are not laying down and they're not going to just accept it. So if Elon buys MSNBC, if that actually happens, they're definitely not going to get the viewers that they've lost. Nobody's going to go back to that. You know, if we don't have any social media, we're not going to have any social media if he decides to buy up everything. Because speaking for myself, I'm not going to be on a right wing Nazi, platform. I'm just not going to do it for obvious reasons. So I'll link this article even in the description too, so you guys can read it, because I'm not going to read it all. But basically, they are chastising and wagging their little fingers, saying, "No, you shouldn't go anywhere. You should be open for, Nazis and abusive behavior." So no, that's not going to happen. So with the holidays coming up, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but there is a interesting, not trend, but reporting of things being done to turkeys. No. And I'm sorry if you already got your turkey, but butterball turkeys are being SA in the factories. Now, mind you, I believe that PETA did an investigation in 2012 about things going on in the turkey factories, but just videos and responses and reactions to that video or that interview being resurfaced again. So beware of your turkeys. I'm not eating turkey. Like I said, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving for obvious reasons. Also, I'm gonna order some pho. I'm gonna get some Vietnamese pho for my Thanksgiving, and my son, he's on board with that. So that's what we're gonna be eating for Thanksgiving. There was another topic I wanted. Oh, speaking of holidays, so all the holidays are gonna be interesting because a lot of people are cutting family members off for voting for Trump and voting against their best interests. And so I started this article. We may talk about it again before Thanksgiving. Everybody may be busy for the holiday and not have time to tune in to the podcast, but I will link this article as well. So if y'all have time to read the article, you leave me your feedback in the comment section or a voicemail, and let me know how your holidays or how do you think your holidays are going to go. So this article starts off. Let's see here. It starts off with 17 brutally honest confessions from people who strongly disagree with their family members' political views. My dad asked me who I voted for. I asked why it mattered, and he knew what that meant and that I voted for the wrong person. So, but this is the article from BuzzFeed. I will have it linked in the description box. And I want to give a special shout out to a new subscriber. We have a new subscriber for our podcast. And it's Amanda. Thank you for becoming a VIP producer member, Amanda. I appreciate my supporters so much. And she decided to get the $20 a month VIP producer. She's a fellow producer tier. So thank you very much. I wanted to give her a shout out and tell her how much I appreciated her. And I appreciate all of you guys. If you don't tune in to the next few podcasts, I'll still make some podcasts for you. So if you get bored at your family holidays, then just, sneak outside or run away from the turkey. Run away from the turkey and peek in on my new episodes. Let me know what you think. Leave me a voicemail, leave me a comment. That's always encouraged because I want to hear from everyone. And if y'all have any other questions about independent journalists, some of the ones I listed, I will try to answer them. And unlike what Joe Scarborough said that we're telling lies, most all of my podcasts, I talk about what is actually written. I'm not making up anything, and that's why I make it a point to post a link so you guys could read and check in on it for yourself. So if there is something that I don't have in the description box, I want you guys to leave it in the comments and let me know if it's something that I can help with or maybe lead you to the right direction. I'm more than happy to do that too. And if I don't see or hear from you guys before the holiday, I hope to see you guys after the holiday, and I will see you all on the next show. Oh, also, give me I was thinking about this cup here. It says we are the 92%, and I was thinking about having like a fundraiser, like selling raffle tickets to give this mug away to someone in the audience. So one of my listeners. So you guys let me know if that's a good idea or not, if I should do that. If not, also go to our merch link and check out our new mugs. We have mugs, pillows, bags, t-shirts. Any way that you can support is greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys on the next one.